Those wondering when ChatGPT will be able to work with text and videos can wonder no more. In today's video, we're going to explore the amazing technology behind Visual ChatGPT, which is a state-of-the-art language model developed by OpenAI in partnership with Microsoft that is going to lead the chatbots that can work with images and videos for the first time. We'll dive into the details of how this AI system works, its potential applications, and the incredible impact it can have on the way we communicate with machines. By the end of this video, you'll have a deep understanding of the capabilities and the limitations of Visual ChatGPT and how it's changing the game in the world of conversational AI. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or you're just curious about the future of chatbots, you won't want to miss this. So how exactly is Visual ChatGPT going to change AI and, in the process, change the world? We're going to be answering that question very shortly, so let's dive in. Many users of ChatGPT 3 and 3.5 have wondered out loud when the ability to add photos and videos to your prompts on ChatGPT will become a reality. With GPT-4, which is now available to only those who pay for GPT+, you can now receive images as a basis for interaction. For example, on the GPT-4 website, we see that the chatbot is given an image of a few baking ingredients and is asked what can be made with them. This is possible because GPT-4 has integrated an incredible new technology called Visual ChatGPT, which has been released as a demo for now by Microsoft and is available on GitHub. While GPT-4 hasn't yet fully integrated Visual ChatGPT, it's clear that large language models which can interact with photos and video will soon be commonplace. If you're an AI fanatic, maybe you've already heard of Visual ChatGPT. It's being touted as a revolutionary technology that combines natural language processing with computer vision. It then generates responses to images and videos. Visual ChatGPT has the ability to analyze images and videos, understand their content, and generate responses that are not only accurate, but also visually relevant. With the increasing amount of visual content being shared online every single day, the potential applications of this are truly endless. Take a second and imagine a world where chatbots can respond to your image-based messages with relevant and accurate information, or where virtual assistants can provide helpful insights and suggestions based on the content of your photos and videos. Thanks to Visual ChatGPT, this world will soon be a reality. So let's dive deeper into the technical details of how Visual ChatGPT works, exploring the various techniques and algorithms used to generate responses that are both linguistically and visually coherent. We will also discuss the current limitations of the technology and explore its potential for future development. You should come out of watching this with a comprehensive understanding of Visual ChatGPT, its applications, and the potential it holds for the future of natural language processing and computer vision. So let's start with the basics. Microsoft has released a demo of a new tool called Visual ChatGPT. It connects ChatGPT to visual foundation models, allowing for the sending and receiving of images and video during chatting. This tool was one of the most highly anticipated features that users of GPT-3 and GPT 3.5 were calling for, and now it's here. A paper released by Microsoft Research explains in detail how the tool works, which is based on 4 foundation models: Blip, Stable Fusion Pix, 2-Pix ControlNet, and Detection. The paper includes several examples of how to use it effectively. Microsoft Research has recently open-sourced Visual ChatGPT, which is good news for those who thought that their partnership with OpenAI would spell the end of any open-source releases. Its true power is its ability to generate and manipulate images in response to text from humans. The system combines OpenAI's ChatGPT with 22 different visual foundation models, or VFM, such as transformers, ControlNet, Clip, and Stable Diffusion. It allows ChatGPT to support multimodal interactions for the first time. Users can interact with the bot either by typing text or uploading images. The bot can also generate images either from scratch based on a textual prompt or by manipulating previous images in the chat history. The key module in the bot is a prompt manager. This modifies raw text from the user into a chain of thought prompt that helps ChatGPT determine if a VFM tool is needed to perform an image task. Visual ChatGPT is an open system that incorporates different VFMs and enables users to interact with ChatGPT in formats other than just language. Instead of training a new model to handle multimodal input, the Microsoft team designed a prompt manager to produce text inputs to ChatGPT. The result is outputs that can invoke VFMs such as Clip or Stable Diffusion, allowing the chatbot to create a visual output for the first time. The end result could be described as somewhat of a blend between OpenAI's large language model ChatGPT and their image generator DALL-E. This takes the form of a model which acts as a bridge between users, enabling them to communicate through chat and generate visuals. Visual ChatGPT will be able to handle complex visual inquiries or editing instructions that call for collaboration of different AI models across multiple stages. But it's not exactly there yet. Researchers found certain problems with their work, such as inconsistent generating outcomes caused by the failure of VFMs and the diversity of prompts the chatbot received. The research paper says that they need to create a self-correcting module to ensure that Visual ChatGPT's results are in line with human objectives, which in the world of AI is basically a way of saying that Visual ChatGPT acts a little crazy at times, just like ChatGPT and other large language models like Bard, for that matter. All the kinks aside, it's clear that Visual ChatGPT is already taking GPT-4 to the next level, and when GPT-5 is released, we expect that it will fully integrate all features of Visual ChatGPT, which will make large language models that can both send and receive images commonplace. In the meantime, anyone who is interested can play around in the open source demo. So now we know what Visual ChatGPT is, and you've gotten a good sense of how it will make using ChatGPT both more enjoyable and more useful. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Visual ChatGPT is going to change LLMs forever and, in the process, change the world. Here's how. Visual ChatGPT will allow for more human-like interactions with your chatbot, because it will be able to understand and respond to visual cues. This could make LLMs more useful in a variety of settings, from customer service chatbots to virtual personal assistants. On the flip side, though, people working these jobs soon may have to join the unemployment line. By incorporating visual information, Visual ChatGPT could improve the language understanding capabilities of LLMs. This could lead to more accurate language translation, better language modeling, and more effective text-to-speech conversion. The basic gist of this is that LLMs will be able to do what they do much more effectively. Visual ChatGPT could enhance user experiences with LLMs by making them more interactive and engaging. For example, chatbots powered by Visual ChatGPT could use visual information to suggest products or services based on a user's preferences or to help them navigate complex workflows. This means that LLMs will no longer just be for people who are comfortable with words. More visual minds will be able to make amazing use of this tech too. Visual ChatGPT will allow the LLM to hopefully move towards helping humans make better decisions. With access to visual information, Visual ChatGPT could help provide more context and information that people need when making critical decisions. This could particularly be useful in fields like medicine or finance, where accurate decision-making is critical. Visual ChatGPT could open new applications for LLMs in fields like computer vision, robotics, and augmented reality. For example, robots powered by Visual ChatGPT could use visual information to better understand their environment and interact with humans more effectively. Visual ChatGPT is already making huge waves in the industry, and it has the potential to significantly boost the capabilities of LLMs and revolutionize the way we interact with them. But this is just the beginning. In AI, things move at a breakneck speed, and one thing you can bet on is that we'll see a lot of twists and turns in this story as the technology behind Visual ChatGPT continues to develop. And throughout it all, we'll be right here, keeping you updated.